what are some ways to protect ourselves around earnest deposit then?
Once you get the property under contract, right, the main thing is speed, right?
Mhm.
So you want to make sure you get out there, look at the property, get your buyers to look at the property. And we're talking about wholesaling at the time. This is,
Yeah.
when we first started. So it was just speed, get out there, let the contractors, not the contractors, but the buyers see it. And if it's not a deal, you got to have that tough conversation with that seller and say, hey, Mr. Seller, you know what? I promised you that I can get this done at this price. Unfortunately, I was a little bit too bullish, too aggressive. And unfortunately, I'm not able to do it. So two things need to happen. I either need to cancel the agreement, me and you mutually cancel the agreement, or if you can allow me, 5 more days, 7 more days to extend, our earnest money, then I think that I can find a buyer for it.
There you go. So that's in the wholesale world. So, what kind of happened once you kind of? I'm assuming obviously you broke away from them at some point,
Hmm.
and that's natural, right? And when you're working with a mentor of some level, they know you're going to fly away, right? You're
Yeah.
going to get some deals under your belt. You're going to figure out the business out. It's part of the process. So, what was like your next step?
So, I mean, first, I preface that by letting them know, hey, I'm a natural born entrepreneur.
Mm.
I never worked for anyone else. If I wanted to work for somebody, I might as well just stayed at home and continue to work for the family business, right?
Mm.
If I'm going to work for somebody, I'm going to work for myself. So I preface that conversation with them, letting them know, hey, this is temporary. I'm really just I want to learn while I earn, let you make some money. I make some money and I learn the process, right? After that, I was just, every bit of money that I made, I just held on to it
Mhm.
because I knew I was going to need money for marketing. So I just held on to that money. And when I felt that I had a safety blanket to get out there and jump out there on my own, then that's what I did.
You just continue wholesaling or flips,
Yep.
rentals. What was
Continue
the?
continue wholesaling, until I stack, because I needed active income
Mhm.
at the time because I wasn't working. And the rentals that I had back in Illinois, yeah, they were sustaining me, but at the time it just wasn't quite enough.
So what about so you mainly wholesaled here
Right.
as okay, buy and sell. And what one point, because you already had rentals in Chicago, so is there a point that you made a decision to start? Did you ever stop buying rentals or did you take a break from Chicago and eventually go
Hmm.
back? What was that?
So I did. I stopped buying rentals there, right, because I wanted to get firm footing here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then after I started making a lot of active income here, then I would deploy that capital back in Illinois and start buying rentals again there because the cash flow was a lot greater. So that was basically my evolution. Was had a handful of rentals before I moved here to learn real estate a lot more and to build up that network, because I'm gonna be honest, Phoenix, what I learned here in the Valley, I don't believe I would have been able to learn anywhere else.
Why so?
Because Phoenix, there was a lot more traction here. It was a lot more activity with real estate here versus everywhere else. And everywhere else, and when I say everywhere else, I'm thinking of Chicago Metro. Um, Everything was kept close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
Where here, people were freely giving information, right?